So hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mission UGC Net Home Science. So today we are going to discuss our chapter 3, that is food preservation under unit 1. So today first we are discussing about the food. There are a number of different ways in which our food can be spoiled, like by microorganism, by parasitic infection, allergy, physical changes, by chemical changes and insects. um, First is microorganisms. So there are different type of microorganism based on their shape, like cocci, bacilli, spirilla. So there are bacterias which cause the food infection. Example of these are salmonella, staphylococci, clostridium welchii, clostridium botulinum and clostridium perfringi, etc. So this is the table which depict the different type of microorganism, their incubation period and their appearance of symptoms. Like salmonella have their incubation period of 12 to 36 hours and they appear their symptoms in 1 to 8 days. Similarly for staphylococci, 2 to 6 hours incubation period and appearance of symptom is 6 to 24 hours. Welchii, their incubation period is 8 to 22 hours and the appearance of symptom is 12 to 34 hours. Next is Clostridium botulinum. Their incubation period is 24 to 72 hours and appearance of symptoms is 24 hours to 8 days. Similarly, for the Salmonella, incubation period is 12 to 24 hours and appearance of symptom is 6 to 72 hours. So next we are discussing about the bacteria. So bacteria, we all know that it is unicellular, smaller in size than yeast and mold. So based on their shape, they are classified as cocci as spherical, bacilli as cylindrical. So there are also different type of bacteria based on their requirement of oxygen or not. Like aerobic bacteria require oxygen for growth, anaerobic bacteria does not require the presence of oxygen, and their facultative bacteria thrive with or without the oxygen. So heat in presence of acid is highly destructive for bacteria. So next is mold. So we all know that molds are multicellular filamentous fungi and with their spores and can spread via air and give rise to new molds plant. So spores, we all know that germinated favorable environment. The growth is white or at times even bluish greenish, red, orange and fluffy. They grow well in the surroundings with low pH and where the bacteria do not grow. They are mostly aerobic, so they are relatively small proportion of molds are capable of reducing the toxic materials known as mycotoxin. So they have high osmotic pressure which does not deteriorate the growth of fungi. They are multicellular. They have hyphae which grow at the end of the branches. The head of the hyphae is called sporangium. It is full of spores. Fungi have many varieties like Penicillium, Aspergillus, Mucor, etc. So next is yeast. So we all know that yeast is unicellular and spherical to a void in shape, bigger than bacteria. So the cell protrude to one side, give rise to a bud. Once mature, the bud retaches itself from the mother cell. This is reproduction. So when the yeast cell do not get appropriate environment for growth, then the cell protect themselves like bacteria from spores. So foods are often contaminated with yeast and they cause spoilage by conversion of sugar present in the food to alcohol. So there are other internal causes of spoilage caused by the enzymes. So we all know that enzymes are organic catalysts produced by living cell in food. Chemically, enzymes are proteins and can be adversely affected by heat. All enzymes are inactivated by heat above 80 degrees centigrade. So spoilage is also caused by insects. So insect can damage in two ways, like direct and indirect. So indirect, they spoil by eating the kernels, contaminating it, or by destroying its structure. And in indirect ways, they can promote the molds and microorganism growth. They transfer the parasite to man. So hence it reduce the nutrients content, render it unfit for human consumption. So next is disease transmitted through food intoxication and infection. So first is foodborne intoxication. So foodborne intoxication is the natural poison effect on living beings and animal. So they can be caused by accidental or adulteration. And the example of intoxication caused by bacteria is botulism, staphylococcus, etc. So next is foodborne infection. So foodborne infection caused by the microorganism like salmonellosis, typhoid, cholera, diphtheria, shigellosis, amoebiasis, tuberculosis, brucellosis, scarlet fever. And the next is animal parasites. They can be caused by trichinosis, roundworms, tapeworms, threadworms, flux, etc. So next our topic is food preservation. So we all know that there are different type of foods, like perishable food, semi perishable food, and non perishable food, and also the convenient food. So we all know that perishable foods cannot be kept more than 2 to 3 days at room temperature. Like example of perishable food are milk and milk product, fish, meat, egg, fruits, and vegetables. These foods have high moisture content and highly perishable. Next is semi-perishable food. Some example of semi-perishable food are potatoes, onions, coconut, etc. Next is non-perishable food. So non-perishable food can be stored for some times. Example like pulses, cereals, fats, oils, tea, coffee, nuts, etc. So next is convenience food. So convenient food includes the processed foods, ready to eat, ready to cook, like canned vegetable and fruits, milk powder. Next is methods of preservation. So what are the different types of methods used in preservation? So like cooking of food, sterilization, canning, irradiation, preservation by high sugar and salt, pasteurization, dehydration, freezing and refrigeration, and cold storage, bacteriostatic method and bactericidal method. So if we talk about the bacteriostatic and bactericidal, the difference between them is bacteriostatic method, in which the microorganisms are unable to grow in the food, like in dehydration, pickling, salting, smoking, freezing, etc. And in bactericidal method, in which most of the microorganisms present in the food are killed. So example of bactericidal method is canning, cooking, irradiation, etc. So we all know that high temperature used for preservation can be classified as pasteurization, blanching, or UHT treatments and all. So or the sterilization techniques. So in pasteurization, temperature is below 100 degrees centigrade. It is generally used to kill the pathogenic microorganisms. Next is blanching. Blanching is done either in hot water or steam blanching, and the temperature is under 100 degrees centigrade, and the sterilization is above the 100 degrees centigrade. So pasteurization and blanching are mild heat treatments. Food preservation by irradiation method is generally made by using the radiation by atomic energy. The radiations are termed as ionizing radiation. The unit of radiation is rad, which is the energy absorbed of 100 lux per gram. So this process is also known as cold sterilization, because the temperature of the food does not rise appreciably during radiation. We all know that gamma rays penetrate better than beta rays. So that's it. Our preservation chapter is completed, and we will see in next video another chapter. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.